I don't love my take because if this is really my take, I want to be able to look the Warriors in the eye and say, here's what you should have done. But I can't say that yet because first of all, we never really know what conversations are happening. I think it's very easy to be like, you should have traded for Jaylen Brown. Well, I don't know that they could have. I don't think they had the horses to trade for Jaylen Brown. And if you had to up it to 4 or 5 or 6 with the picks and the swaps and all of this, it's like, no, I don't want to do that. So I've never been, hey, at all costs guy, you got to better this team. But so it's a general point that is sort of missing half the point. But I don't think I'm unfair for saying you can't do nothing. You can't. Like, come on. Be real with me. Level with me, Warriors. You can't do nothing. I get it. If you want to give me the whole, we're going to be responsible and we're old and we want to keep optionality and we want to keep our picks and that's going to bother some people and I can hear some of it. But you got to meet the fans halfway, don't you? You have to do something. You can't sit the offseason out.
They can. They're allowed to, I borrow from you. And I don't know if you've been following my top 15 memories of our 15-year anniversary that's coming up.
I love it. I love what you're doing. One of them was
our first show together, and I actually shout out Skills and Vallejo, who has apparently every word ever uttered on the station.
Right.
And so he actually sent
Which is cool and concerning at the same time.
It's more cool than concerning, but yes, I'm a little bit afraid. And he actually sent along our first ever hour, and I listened to the first 10 or 15 minutes. And
how'd we do?
We did great, but it was fun because you told the story about you and I meeting, and you had the wrong venue, but you were most.
What did I say?
You said we met in Atlanta, and I think it was Indy, but the point was it was at a Final Four, but it was great, and part of that was you and your use of the word fine, and now this is another one of those things where you say they're allowed to, so the Warriors are allowed to not do anything. I do think that the C is angry. And not just the Twitter fans, but fans in general are thinking, okay, you missed out on LeBron. I get it. You can't control that. But what are you going to do?
Well, listen, Warriors have got to know, and maybe they don't care. I don't know. But fans are going to suffer from FOMO. You can only watch your friends go on so many vacations before you're like, honey, we should probably go somewhere. You can't sit here and watch the league do what the league has done, especially when you're coming off of 37-45 and a play-in win followed by a play-in loss where it looked like at least 3 of your 4 tires were popped, and then do nothing? Just nothing. Even Don Levy could be sitting right here and he's like, guys, there's nothing there. What do you want me to do? And I'd be like, I get it, but you can't do nothing. You have to do something. You have to give the fans a pound of flesh. That's what this is sports. I'm sorry. These are the rules. You can't do nothing. I don't know. I get it. I'm missing the other half of the take. I don't have it yet, but you can't do nothing.
I mean, you can do nothing, but when you are this team with this owner who has done the things that he's done as an owner, that's where I would agree with you because, you're light years ahead, and you went out and you brought in Kevin Durant, and then you traded for Jimmy Butler, and even the Chris Paul thing where, Jordan Poole went and Chris Paul in, and you've done things every single offseason, and you've really tried to maximize the Steph Curry window. And here we are. And the Steph Curry window, I made this analogy last week, I think with Grandy, you were gone, where you have those old, windows that don't stay up on their own anymore. And so right now, your window is so closed that you have a highlighter in between the window, the bottom of the window and the window, and it's the highlighter. And that highlighter is starting to tremble because if that highlighter snaps and the window closes, the window's closed. And that's about where we are, where the window is so shut that you can't even squeak your way out of it. The cat can't even get through, but the window is still kind of open a little bit. But unless you have a really, really, really small dog, the dog can't get out. If you have a kitten, maybe the kitten can squeak out, but that window is really close.
Yeah, 510, I see you with they didn't do nothing. And then you list all of the people that they brought back who were already on the team. And to me, that counts as nothing for two reasons. Number one, they're already on the team. So I get it. Those were transactional. But bringing everybody back, to me, is not really involving yourself. Again, the Warriors are the only team in the NBA that does not have a new body in their uniform outside of the draft. They're the only ones.
That's crazy.
So that counts as nothing to me. And combine that with, it's even worse because you brought all the people back who couldn't play for you last year and couldn't get you a winning record last year and couldn't get you into the playoffs last year, and you brought them back and they're all just a year older. They're all a year older. So I'm sorry. That to me counts as nothing. You have to, like, your words when you left were we need more people who can play back-to-backs. You have not brought in any other than Yaxel.
Right. And you sit here now where there are still people out there who are NBA players who are unsigned, and I don't know if they're going to be able to fit into your price range. And you also have Draymond Green, who you are yet to sign, and he opted out. And the thinking is that he will still be a Golden State Warrior. And I'm really interested to see what that looks like, not only for Draymond, but for the team, because if he opts out of $27 million or so, then I would imagine he's thinking, okay, if you get LeBron, I'll take a 2-year deal for whatever it's going to be. It's going to be around $27 million, maybe more. But if you don't get LeBron, do I get to just walk back in and make what I would have made had I opted in? I can't imagine that isn't already in place in terms of a handshake agreement.
I'm with you, and I feel like if I were him, like he would it's probably going to be 2 years. Everybody's deal was 2 years. Why wouldn't Draymond's? I know a lot of people are like, well, Draymond's getting old. I don't know. They signed Al Horford to 2 years. Why would they not sign Draymond to 2 years?
Right. And
I don't know that they will, but where is the evidence that they're like only one for you? If you're Draymond, when they kind of tick you off, you're like, I'm going to do you a solid. I'm going to opt out. You gave everybody 2 years. You gave a bunch of people 2 years. You don't even know if you can play. Al's in his 40s. Kristaps has got pots. I mean, you gave everybody. DeAnthony Melton has had multiple ACLs. You gave everybody 2 years. You're not going to give me 2 years? Probably going to give him 2 years.
And even at that, if they gave him 1 year and they said, all right, we're going to give you 1 year and $9 million. Well, he's not signing that. So, like, Draymond Green would take his talents elsewhere if that's the way that they were going to do him. And I do think that a lot of it, for me anyway, falls back on, Draymond Green's been here his whole career and he's got a podcast. So not that they're afraid of his podcast, but if they try to do him dirty or try to lowball him, he's going to go out there and scatter their news to the wind.
Why would they? The Warriors don't act that way.
They never acted that way.
Again, this is my thing. I think a lot of you are making up a soap opera in your mind that just doesn't exist. Why would the Warriors, for the first time ever? I mean, Draymond, how many times has he said just this month, the Warriors have never mistreated me once? In fact, I know a lot of our listeners feel like the Warriors have actually bent over backwards to not mistreat Draymond Green. Why all of the sudden here at the end of his career, when he does them a favor, would they stab him in the back? That does not sound like the organization that I follow.
Makes no sense to me, especially when you go back to the Jordan Poole situation where they didn't suspend him for ring night and, all of the other minor infractions that he has, sustained or he's gone through, and yet they've continued to, support him and pay him and all the rest of it. So I'm with you.
Matt in Oakland. Hey, let's lead us off. 888-957-9570. Matt, thank you for the call. What's going on?
Hey, gents. Did you guys see the Simmons clip about Curry being the saddest superstar since Steve Nash, 12 years, whatever it was?
I've got
15,
something.
20 years ago.
I got something right here, Matt, where Bill Simmons basically says the Warriors are the biggest losers of all of free agency. Is that the one to which you are referring?
No, I saw that as well. That may be part of the same bit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it is, but That is also true, but he said, he thought Curry was the saddest superstar situation. He referenced Nash in, 2014, and then Kevin Garnett, 2007. This is, I don't know why Curry's putting up with this stuff. I mean, signing Draymond to another more than 1 year would be a disaster. I was hoping he would go somewhere else. The team can't change until he's gone. And, guys, this is Lacob. This is not Dunleavy. People don't want to play for this guy anymore. I mean, I don't know what went to his head. Well, I do know. 4 rings went to his head. He's on to the Valkyries. I don't think anyone wants to play for this guy. And what do I know? Nothing, of course. But I don't think Dunleavy's incompetent. When he's had the opportunity, he could make deals. I think that's why Myers is out of there. This owner, it's all gone to his head. And I think it's time to consider trading Curry because I don't think they're going to do anything this year. They got to get out from – I like Axel. I mean, well, I have a question. What could you get for him to go to Charlotte? I didn't want LaMelo, but, I mean, picks, whatever. You ought to be able to get a lot.
You're still talking about Curry, right? Matt, you're talking about Steph.
I'm talking about Curry. I know that's sacrilege. But the guy deserves better than this, man. He really does, and he's not getting it, and I blame Lacob. That's all I got. Yeah,
Matt, thanks. Appreciate it. I still maintain that whenever somebody brings up the idea of dealing Curry, and he even said it, it's beyond the sacrilege part of it. It has to come from Curry. And it's such an interesting dynamic to me how many people seem to almost want to be Steph Curry's agent. So many of you want to trade Steph Curry because he, quote, deserves better, but Steph Curry is not yet on your bus. Steph Curry has not blown the whistle. He has not raised the flag. He's not said one word yet. So until Steph is outwardly upset, or if you start to hear rumblings behind the scenes like we have for the last couple of years with Giannis, then I don't think there's anything to talk about there. I'll tell you when I think that there's a Steph Curry trade conversation would be for the very first time, which is if we get to the day later, I'll say this month, but it's in about a month, where Steph Curry becomes eligible for an extension and it doesn't happen. Now we can have a talk because then we'll be like, why isn't it happening?
Right.
Is somebody either not offering the right dollar amount? Is Steph using that as leverage because he doesn't like what he sees? We can have that conversation then. Until then, there's nothing to talk about because Steph doesn't seem upset.
And I don't think that he will get to that point. And if it's a dollar amount and, he might be offered the max that he can get and he might turn it down and he might decide at that point, like, I want to do what LeBron's doing, which is go somewhere else and maybe chase number 5. I don't really see it that way, but right now, I don't believe that we're at that spot where you're going to look at Steph and think, well, yeah, this whole thing is breaking apart and it's Lacob's fault. And so now you have to trade Steph and you have to tear the whole thing down. There's still so many other things I believe that have to happen between now and you get to that spot. And I guess I'm still holding out hope that they can add somebody and improve this team between now and October. Something.
Do you click on stuff, all the rumors and everything?
Sometimes. Depending.
So one of those websites got me yesterday. It's like Warriors and veteran guard have mutual interest in a free agent contract.
Veteran guard.
And I went, ooh.
Jeremy Lin.
Veteran guard. Who might it be? And I clicked on it, and what do you think it said?
Probably, I don't know, DeMar DeRozan? Who knows?
The Warriors and veteran guard Gary Payton II have mutual interest in a free agent contract. And I have great. GP2, I love GP2. Who doesn't love GP2? He can be on the team. That's fine. But I was like, I'm like, this article is just mean. You're being mean. Well, what the Warrior fan base has been through, you're going to do a clickbait tease on them keeping yet another oft-injured veteran player who's been on the team for the better part of 5-6 years now. I don't know. I get it. my opinion, if I'm inside the Warrior hallways, I'm sitting there thinking, well, this show's kind of being unfair because I don't want fake hustle. I don't want you to sign someone just for the sake of signing someone. But my God, if you get back to training camp and we're doing media day and everybody's out there for pictures, poor Matt Hagian's running around with a microphone trying to get rejoins and realizes we've already got them all.
We've got them all. Right. Hi, this is LJ Cryer.
We got them all already. You didn't bring in anyone new?
Dub Nation is the Anthony Melton.
Got it.
Dub Nation, it's Malachi Leons. Don't have that one.
I actually don't have that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Green check.
Bay Area is GP2.
Yeah, got it. Got it already.
What's up, Bay Area? It's Al Horford.
Hi, Al. We already got you. Thanks for being willing, but
Bay Area, it's Keith Santos here.
got it. I think we're all
I
good
thought
here.
Grandy had one more.
Hey, we're all
Yeah,
set.
Who else you looking for?
I
I
mean,
think we all just got a day off for media day. We don't even need to go this
Dub
year.
Nation. It's Jimmy Butler.
We got it.
yeah.
We got it already.
I mean, we got it, but will we use it
What
this
if they
year?
bring back Seth Curry?
Dub Nation, it's Seth Curry.
Well, if they
I
do,
didn't know we had
yeah.
a Seth Curry.
Yeah, where's that been hiding?
I mean, he hardly played.
Dub Nation, it's Damian Lee. It's a homecoming.
Oh, my God.
And I thought you were going to say that the free agent guard that they were connected to was Gary Payton, the first,
The actual.
the OG
This is how the
GP.
glove do it.
That's right.
Oh, man. Poor guy's going to head down to media day and just chase Yaxel wherever he goes. Yaxel, you're the only one left we need. It's like those little Monopoly games over at McDonald's where you're like, you got all the pieces
Oh my
already.
God, you need the one
but
piece
You just need that one
to get
piece.
the million.
Yeah.
And by the way, that piece doesn't exist.
Nope. No, of course it doesn't. Piece.
Axel, look at my Michigan shirt. I love Michigan. Look.
Yeah. So I'd like to apologize to the Golden State Warriors for putting you in this position of having to sign somebody, even though there might be nobody. But
No, don't apologize.
No,
They should be apologizing to us.
no, I get that. You understand my point.
And you get my point. Yeah.
I do. This is one of those areas where, to me, if you're a professional sports franchise or you're an entertainment entity, you are not going to come off looking good if you don't bring in anyone new. It's just not gonna. It's just not gonna play well. There's nothing anybody can do about it.
Well, think about the Giants last offseason where it was Malley and Hauser and Bader and you stink.
Yep.
So.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying that it just because you're bringing a new name that we're like, okay, we're going to playoffs
No, but
now.
I'm just saying, like, even looking at their offseason, it's like, yeah, you didn't do what fans thought you should have done, and then that has led you to not be very good.